Here's some things that I do to maintain the quality of my firewood. And the first few things start right when I'm cutting the tree down. If possible, I try to not limb or buck the tree. I want those limbs to be laying underneath the tree so that it stays up off the ground. And if possible, even if it has leaves, those leaves will be drawing moisture out of the main trunk of the tree. I also try to lay the tree down in such a way so that maybe it's in a gully, or it's laying across some rocks or other pieces of wood, so that the tree itself is up off the ground. Because under ideal circumstances, I'll leave it there for a year before I even start bucking it into pieces. And then that moves on to some of the firewood related tips that I have learned over the years. Now, if you're using a log splitter, but you don't have a woodshed, here are some things that you can do to maintain the quality of your firewood. Number one is, don't leave your firewood laying right on the ground. That's a great way to ruin your firewood, because very quickly, at least in New England, that means it's just going to rot. And you will be surprised how fast firewood will go from being very dry to completely useless when you leave it flat on the ground. So that brings us to the next tip, and that is, if you've watched any of my other videos, wood pallets are the way to go. If you have any access to wood pallets, lay them out, and you now have a perfect place to put your firewood. The next thing that I do is I don't wedge or triangle cut my firewood. Instead, I square cut it. Before I had the woodshed, I would Jenga stack periodically throughout the stack areas or columns or piers that would support the rest of the stack. And so this made the stack very stable, and you could pull wood from it and it wouldn't, fall down, and it would keep it up off the ground. And another thing that it would do is the next tip, and that is leave space in between the rows of firewood. If you're just piling up wood, it's hard to leave good airspace around it. But when you have nice, neat stacks that have air in between them, your woodpile will actually dry out even more. And that's what you want. You want nice, dry firewood. It goes without saying, but this last tip is important, maybe the most important thing, and that is you need some kind of water protective cover over your wood pile. That's a tarp, or that's boards, that's something to prevent water from the rain drenching the wood, as well as snow, once it's sitting on top of your wood pile, to slowly be releasing moisture down into your wood pile and making it useless. So hopefully these were useful tips to you in ways to maintain quality firewood. If you like this video, you might like these.